Donald Trump is calling for the Epstein files to be released. That's a reversal from what he's been saying. Wonder why? What's going on? Is it a distraction? Are we going to really know the truth? Will we ever know the truth? Are the Epstein files even in place, or was they burned in the last administration? We're going to go a deep dive on that and many other things tonight. A lot of crazy stuff's going on in the world, and a lot of it is a distraction from what we really should be knowing, but probably won't ever know. Let's go.
You're watching The Big Picture.
Welcome in, welcome in. You know we always like to make an official welcome to the First Lady of the house. There she is.
It's great to be back. Is BP already in the house?
BP's in the house? I didn't see. Is he?
I don't know.
Well, if he is, welcome.
Anyway, I'm glad to be here, and I hope you are as well.
Oh, look at that. We already got a super chat from Mr. Q. Y'all coming off the bat tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Q.
Appreciate that.
Love it.
So it's good to be back in the studio.
It is.
As you know, last week, if you watched the show last week, we were on remote somewhere in the Smoky Mountains. Well, we're looking for Bigfoot. I don't know. Why were we there? we were just having a good time with our church.
It was a relaxing and beneficial time with people from SRC.
Look, we were not looking for animals, but animals come looking for us.
They came looking for us.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just,
broke in my truck.
It broke in your truck.
Opened up all four doors.
I'm telling you, if I hadn't been there, I would not have believed it.
Me too.
The craziest thing, I did not know that bears were as proficient as breaking into cars as they were.
He put his paw in one hand. I can see his paw print. Just put his hand in there in the doorknob, just pulled it, left all four doors open.
Exactly.
It was crazy.
Opened all four of the doors.
And look, I'm just going to go ahead and tell right now.
Okay.
It's because you didn't lock the doors. I'm throwing you in the bus here.
I know. I did forget. I didn't have
my
keys.
It was the perfect storm.
I didn't have my keys, so I did forget to tell you, hey, use your remote and lock the doors. But guess what? It wasn't just your car.
It wasn't just
we
mine.
had 5 vehicles there.
Yep, 3 of them.
3 of the 5 were broken into. And I wish I could remember the name of the street we stayed on. If anybody's ever stayed on, what is it, Venture Way or what mountain?
I don't know.
Vista?
I got lost.
Anyway, so this is the front of our house. So there's a one single lane street right in front of the house where we parked, and then a hill going up, and then another row of houses above us. You could see where the bears slid down the hill in front of the house, walked across the road with their paw prints.
Yeah, well, people are asking were there fingerprints. Yes, there was actually fingerprints. Paw prints, yes. They're saying fingerprints, but I call them paw prints. Well, they were paw prints, but they were crazy. But listen, y'all didn't come here tonight just to hear us talk about our bear story. All of it was a very interesting story there.
And a great time in Gatlinburg.
Sure
so
was.
Thankful to have had
Look
the
at
opportunity.
there. Deborah, thank you for that super chat.
Deborah.
What appreciate that. Love you too, peeps. Keep going. Come on. All right, so let's get into it tonight. Of course, this is the big news of the day. Trump is now calling for the House Republicans. Boy, we're going to break this down tonight. He's calling for the House Republicans to vote to release the Epstein files. Okay. So President Donald Trump called for the House Republicans to take a vote to release files. And thank you for that super chat, Sheila. Y'all are just blessing us like crazy tonight.
Very much. Thank you.
Vote to release files relating to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, explaining that it's time for the nation to move on from this Democratic hoax. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said that he cares more about having Republicans get back on point and focus on what his administration has accomplished, such as securing the southern border, deporting criminal illegal aliens, and protecting women's sports from transgender identifying biological males. As I said on Friday night on Air Force One, to the fake news media, House Republicans should vote to release the Epstein files because we have nothing to hide. And it's time to move on from this Democratic hoax perpetrated by the radical left lunatics in order to deflect from the great success of the Republican Party, including our recent victory on the Democratic shutdown. And thank you for that super sticker, Vic Loner.
Yes, thank you, Vic.
So we're gonna go deeper. I got 2 or 3 articles on this tonight. I'm gonna start off the bat. I'm gonna ask you, why do you think there is a sudden reversal of him saying, "Forget all about this, time to move on"? Is it just because he checked the polls and the polls are saying it is actually a big deal?
Oh gosh, I thought you were going to say he checked the evidence and saw that there was nothing about him there. Oh, yeah.
No, you didn't.
I just did.
No, you didn't.
Look, I don't know. maybe you're right. Maybe he was doing that and decided, hey, this is exactly what I need right here. I've kept this in my shirt pocket, but hey, it's time now. Let's go.
Well, he was talking about it being a hoax and all this, but let's not forget. Look, we don't give Donald Trump a pass here, okay? We have supported policies. We are a supporter on most of his policies, but I used to say most of his policies. I'm going to say a lot of his policies. I don't even know if it's most anymore because some things have changed.
Yes.
But I will say this about Donald Trump. He ran on one of the things he said what he was going to do was release these files. And going to release UFO files, going to release all this kind of stuff. But once again, even though he had 4 years to regroup in between the administrations, he still came back and he's done a lot of things that nobody thought he could do. But I think he realized that even though I come in guns blazing like he did, he's still not the most powerful man in the world. He's just not. There are forces that are in play that for whatever reason has held this up. Now, we'll go a little deeper into this, but let's tell it like it is. Mm-hmm. They had these files for the last 4 years. And what I can't understand is, well, I should understand this, is why the mainstream media are not saying to these Democrats who are trying to make it look like Trump's in the files and all this, they're not turning on them and saying, hey, let's not forget, you had the files for 4 years. And if you had anything on this man as much as you hate him, do we not all agree that it would have come out before he could have won the presidency? I mean, come on. Why did they not release it? Why are they pushing now? What has changed? What has changed? Good
point. My goodness, you came out.
I knew tonight was going to be fire.
You came out swinging tonight.
Fire tonight. So
what you're ultimately saying is, even now, even on this very day, November 17th of 2025, the deep state is still pulling on reins in this Republican
dare I say the swamp has yet to be drained.
So is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying. But, look. Okay, y'all, this whole Epstein thing, let me tell you how deep state this thing is. Do you realize that when this thing first broke, I don't know, there's so much has changed since we started this show. We used to not be able to say his name. Do you remember that?
Yes.
We could not say his name.
Yeah.
His name was on the same level as COVID.
How did you do it back then?
Cough talk. That's where cough talk was introduced.
But how did you say his?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Got a Darth Vader type thing going there. I don't.
Epstein. Trump.
And listen, I've enjoyed this freedom, but God forbid, but we may have to go back to cough talk.
Look, I told you what happened to me tonight.
Phrases.
TikTok flagged me. Y'all have one of the biggest shows on TikTok, took me over 10,000 followers, and I know how we all feel about TikTok. I got on there for the youngins, but I'm trying to reach the youngins, and thank you for that super sticker.
Yes.
All the way from Canada, the great country of Canada.
Keep them coming.
We're blessed.
Buy me a coffee. Whatever.
We're blessed by that. But look, TikTok flagged me for a video that it was promoting, and it grew our channel and said it violated community standards, and it was about, what was it about? It was about Apple ID. It was about Apple ID. Just me telling people that it could be the seedbed of the Antichrist, and that violated the community standards, and they hid it. So look, the whole...
So now it's in appeal.
It's in appeal. The whole idea that we now have more freedom than we used to, it was just temporary. Y'all, they are locking it down again.
I think it was...
Well,
what you're trying to say is it was a false freedom.
It was a false freedom.
It was never full freedom across the board, but I think,
they got scared of Trump and all these dudes coming in there.
Throw them a bone, make them think, the page is turned, the tide is turned. But look out.
I don't know if I've got the article or not. And like I said, we're not through with Epstein. We're going to go a little bit deeper. But, everybody's got their own AI version. Well, Meta AI Meta owns Instagram. Right. Well, Instagram introduced their AI today and started promoting it in the feeds of people. I got a promotion of it too, saying, here, try this. You can now generate videos. Well, lo and behold, remember Zuckerberg was, in the White House hanging out with her. Guess what? Slipped through. The demo graphic that was shared to millions of people to illustrate. I'm not making this up. It's been pulled now, but you can find it. People screenshot to demonstrate what you can do with the AI on Instagram. Right. Was an AI generated image of Donald Trump on his knees bowing to Satan.
What?
It was Satan with his hands out, and Donald Trump is bowed down praying to the devil. And Meta says, try this and see what you can do. So I'm telling you, there are forces that are still in play. Don't believe for a moment that we have freedom. So going back to Epstein. Exactly. Epstein used to be a word you couldn't say. And I'm telling you right now, I'm getting flagged right now. It's a soft flag. They're shadow banning it. When you talk about this, there is something that was very obviously very demonic about what was going on in that island. Okay, I'm talking about sick things that we can't even talk about. We know we can't talk about, and we all know what I'm talking about. Okay, right. But y'all, the whole name Epstein, the whole thing about Epstein, this is part of what Trump is trying to say, is taking his name to just use as a cover to just throw that name out there and distract you from all the other stuff that's going on. I really believe, I'm not taking away from, listen, I'm not a part of this whole thing. I want to
make sure I'm with you. You're saying that the president is at this moment bringing this up, bringing it back into the limelight for squirrel reasons.
I think so.
Squirrel.
But I also think that when he was saying it wasn't a big deal, I don't think, and there's no way for me to know this, but I don't think that Donald Trump thought the whole thing that happened on the Epstein Island was not a big deal. I think he knows it's a big deal. And there's probably truth to that everybody was involved in connection with something. But I think what he was trying to say is, look, we've looked at the papers, and I think the truth is going to come out one day, and it probably will not be during the Donald Trump administration. It's going to come out that there was some very damning things in there about some very powerful people, but they were all burned and just emptied out during the last 4 years because they had 4 years to look through this. By the time this administration got to it, it was handed to them from an administration that had it for 4 years, that if they could have destroyed Donald Trump with it, they would have. But they didn't reveal it because I don't believe that he was really in it the way they're trying to promote that he was in it. And I think that some of their very powerful people were in it, but it's now been purged. That's my opinion.
So you think they could effectively purge certain things, certain parts that they want to? Because my belief is we will never see it, because for us to be allowed to see it would mean so much destruction, harm, confusion, like affecting economies and people that serve in high and maybe even classified positions would have to be removed, brought into the light, like scorched earth, just horrible. That's the way I feel about it. I think, we all have these ideas of, okay, we know what they were doing and we know what that was about, but what if it's something beyond what our mind can even conceive of?
I think it absolutely has to be. It is. It's a part of the end times. Listen, the end times is never going to be revealed to the masses. It's always going to be deception. Jesus said, see that you're not deceived.
Here's a wrinkle in this whole thing you never hear anybody talk about. And that is this ranch in New Mexico.
Oh, wow.
That he owned. Yeah. That maybe experimentation was going on.
A lot of rumors.
What?
A lot of rumors that stuff is happening. Absolutely.
I never hear anybody in official capacity refer to that. So what other horrors are there?
Yeah, exactly. And I saw somebody in the live chat mention the emails that was released this week. I don't know how much you've been following this, but there was an email that was released that was supposedly between about Trump was involved in the emails or something. But what you need to check what sources you're watching, because when you see that email that was released, it says something about Trump spent several hours in the New York Times, I believe it was. I can't remember exactly. Thank you for that super chat, Alicia.
Thanks, Alicia.
We appreciate you, Alicia. It implied they blocked out the name of the victim, and the way it was worded was that he had spent hours with the victim. And it was spun by the New York Times or whichever one it was. I believe it was the New York Times.
Trump had spent hours with an Epstein victim.
Yeah, but it was what we call it, redacted. It was redacted, okay? Now, the email that was provided to the Democrats illegally was not redacted. The Democrats redacted it. Guess whose name was redacted? It was the woman that just took her own life. That was one of the victims. Remember, she wrote a book?
Giffrey?
Yes.
Last name Giffrey or something like that?
But the reason they redacted it, this is how you have to look at everything with the big picture. The reason they redacted her name and they wanted it to look like it was an anonymous victim is that she has exonerated Donald Trump. She has said repeatedly on camera and in her book as well, in her memoir, that he had been a perfect gentleman and had never, all the years that she was there, never saw him do anything. So this is how deceptive they are. They redacted his name. Now I'm not holding him blameless. Okay, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying you got to be careful what you read, because that was all spun to make it look like something that it wasn't.
You mean because of the propaganda?
It's all propaganda.
I'm going to tell you what.
It's all propaganda.
I hope the president, is that crazy vacuum cleaner? I will handle this business.
We're going to throw that thing out the window.
It hates our show. I don't know. I got this.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Uh-oh.
That busted vacuum cleaner.
Okay. All right.
Decides we got to get into that program.
It's an AI vacuum cleaner robot trying to take advantage of our show.
It literally
He's trying to come
our show.
Virginia Guffrey.
Virginia Guffrey.
Yeah, that's right. So they redacted her name. They redacted her name to imply, and then they in the article they said, they referred to the redacted name and said an Epstein victim, that he had spent hours with an Epstein victim. But you see the deception? Yeah. If they would have left the name in there, everybody would have read it and go, well, I mean, he was in there talking to her, but she said herself repeatedly under sworn testimony and in her memoirs, he never did anything. So it's like you listen. You just got to come to the big picture. Just come to the big picture.
I don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of the news associations, agencies, services, whatever you want to call them. And furthermore, they wear you down. They wear all of us down with the, splash onto the scene, big story. Then we're going to go quiet. Then we're going to confuse your mind. Then we're going to drag some other people in with differing opinions. And it's just crazy. By the time you get to the 2 months or the 6 months, you're so confused.
Yeah.
You have spanned the whole range of emotions from surprise and anger to disbelief and so forth.
And I think one of the things is, let's tell it like it is. Donald Trump lives by how people feel about him. Okay? Am I taking a shot and saying that he loves himself? A little bit. I mean, because he'll be like, I love them. They said good things about me.
Very accurate description.
So I think the polling came in that this whole thing where he just thought he could just say anything he wanted to say, and when he's getting off the plane going, this is stupid. There's nothing to the Epstein files. Move on. You people are idiots. Yeah. When he called his own people idiots I think he lost a lot of people. And I think the polling started reflecting, going, hey, look, you're not God and you're not the Messiah. And if you want your people to support you, you need to quit saying this is not a big deal, because a lot of people voted for you, especially young people, voted for you because you said this was a big deal and you was going to bring it out. So I think he got the memo. Somebody looked at him and said, hey, look, you are not Superman here. So you need to just go. If you really don't believe there's anything in there, you need to get on board here. And
babe, I am just going to defer to your brilliance again.
Wow. Can I get that on the record?
Starting the show with that big question, I think you are right on point.
Well, thank you very much.
Hey, 3 cheers for our fearless leader here.
Come on, guys. I think I may make you a hot chocolate later.
Y'all chime in. I would like a cappuccino.
Okay, cappuccino. Okay. President Donald Trump is done playing defense. And on Sunday, he unleashed a blistering statement demanding that House representatives, the Republicans, immediately vote to release the Epstein files, blasting Democrats for weaponizing the scandal as a distraction from his administration's historic achievements. Yeah, so Conservative voices immediately erupted in disbelief, accusing the Bureau of once again running cover for the elites and scrubbing the truth from public view. Meanwhile, Democrats seized the moment to weaponize the scandal, suddenly insisting on releasing the Epstein files after years of blocking their disclosure to the public. On Wednesday, the Democrat Committee on Oversight released a so-called, what is that, trunk? That's not trance. Trunk. I'm going to call it trunk. Trunk of correspondence from the Epstein estate, claiming to strike a blow against the White House Epstein's cover-up. The 3 unrelated emails span the dates from 11 to 19. Democrats redacted, as I said earlier, the name of a victim who publicly exonerated President Trump, even though the Epstein estate itself did not redact her name. In a response to the release, White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt told Fox News Digital, quote, the Democrats selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump. In a fiery statement on Truth Social, Trump blasted Democrats and their media elites for what he called a desperate last-ditch effort to distract from the GOP's growing momentum nationwide. Trump reminded Americans that the real Epstein connections run straight through the Democratic Party, and he wants every last one released to prove it.
Man.
So the bottom line is this. No matter what the motive is, he's calling for him to be released. And I think you said it earlier, and I think we will reiterate it right now. Whatever gets released, if you believe that is the full Epstein report, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona that I need to get rid of.
Nobody ever gets that phrase right anymore, and you nailed it.
I nailed it. You're just complimenting me like crazy now.
You
baby.
are all over the situation tonight, okay?
I might cut this show short and take you out on a date or something.
I'm going to make you a coffee when this is over.
Right.
But I do hope, and surely this will not get as down and dirty as that P. Diddy stuff and all the relations of people being nasty and all the stuff that was aligned with that because, you know.
The bottom line is this. Let me tell you what it's about. This is not about Donald Trump. This is not about Bill Clinton. This is about the victims. And it ought to be. It should be. It ought to be. It should be. It ought to be. You're right. Yeah. And honestly, they're forgotten. It's all about, is Clinton in it? Is Trump in it? Sure. Is this one in it? Is that one in it? Well, look, whoever's in it and whoever was there committed some really bad things against innocent young women and even young men, and some of them were even considered children. Sure. And I can't say much more than that on the channel or I get kicked off. But that's the sad thing. Nobody's really even talking about the ones that should be being talked about. Yep. The victims. Can I get an amen? Nailed it again. Okay. Well, today, Schumer's in a lot of trouble. Yeah. I mean, I was wondering when we were going to get to him. Yeah. So they called it the Schumer shutdown. And then all of a sudden, the 8 Democrats went over and shut down the shutdown. And when they did that, guess what happened? They all said, Schumer's got to go. Well, Schumer's very nervous. And apparently he was really nervous about the Epstein files because Schumer makes a fool of himself when asked why Biden never released the Epstein files. So listen closely. I mean, he's so full of hate for Trump. He couldn't even hear either that or he just very nonchalantly ignored the question. You will hear the question, and the question is, while we're talking about the Epstein files, why did you not push for them to be released during the 4 years that President Biden had them?
Okay. Senator, on that note, just I guess a question that's out there. Why wouldn't they have been released the last 4 years when President Biden was in office?
Well, that's the question every American is asking. Not every American, but so many Americans are asking. What the hell is he hiding? Why doesn't he want them released? When you don't want something like this released, when even a whole lot of Republicans are calling for the release, his own party members, people ask the question.
Oh, sorry. I know why it's down.
It's got to be answered by releasing the files. Okay.
So did you catch that? It was very low volume. I was trying to get it higher, but it wouldn't go up. He says, so here's my question. Senator Schumer, you had the files for 4 years under the former president that would do anything you wanted to do. Why did you not release it? And he goes, that's the question. What does he hide? He goes straight to Trump. He thinks they ask about Trump.
Or is a stroke of brilliance.
Yeah, stroke of brilliance.
We're just gonna change this whole thing.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah, he is. How many decades has he been there?
Oh, this is what kills me is they did that no king thing.
Yeah,
the kings are in the Senate and the House of Representatives. Those are the kings. They've been in office longer than me and you've been alive.
Probably, and that's pretty long.
We're getting on up there.
That's a very long time. But
some of them went into politics before I was born.
So yeah, there seems to be a groundswell to get rid of him. Now, will it grow? Will it actually happen? I guess that's a wait and see thing. But
well, you know what the rumor is? The rumor is AOC.
Oh yes,
is gonna take his seat, and then she's gonna run for president.
Yeah, her and her bestie, tromping around town now. Bernie Sanders.
Oh, and not only her bestie, but then she's got another bestie now, who's the communist Muslim. That's the mayor of the city, of her city.
Oh,
Mamdani.
Oh my goodness! Give him a couple of weeks and to get acclimated, and there's no telling what the two of them will do. That's going to be ridiculous.
You know, last week I just now noticed somebody pointed out that you have a glow upon your arm right there at the bottom, and it's back. So it must be something with our camera. You see that little thing at the bottom of the screen?
That little bar thing.
Y'all, that's not a. I don't know what it is.
We don't know what it is. It's not the bottle of water. Is it the bottle of oil?
No. I think is that AI trying to creep in, trying to take over the screen, or is that the glory?
I was about to say, what if it's the Holy Spirit?
Might be the glory. Might be the glory.
It's the Holy Spirit hovering right there, saying, "I'm going to watch over you in the show."
Oh, somebody said I'm on fire. Woo! Wow. I feel like preaching a little bit right now.
Be careful. We got a fire thing going.
Yeah. We have to be really careful with the word fire around us.
They try to strangle me all the time, just keep me from talking about fire. But
yeah. All right. So look, there's more things going on in the world than just an island and a particular person. There are many people that believe that a United States strike. Listen to the wording of this headline. I can't even believe what I'm reading. On Venezuela is now seen by many as imminent. As the USS Gerald R. Ford moves in, Trump says talks are now open.
We may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
They would like to talk. Okay, well, let's read this here. A U.S. military attack on Venezuela is now imminent, according to the opposition leader and recent Nobel Peace Prize laureate, Maria Corina Machado. The aircraft carrier USS Gerald Ford and a large U.S. strike group have taken up positions just off Venezuela's northern coastline. The deployment, one of the most significant American military buildups in the Caribbean in years, has jolted the region and intensified fears that the long-brewing confrontation between Washington and the embattled regime of Nicolas Maduro may be nearing a decisive point. Machado, who has long been at the forefront of Venezuela's pro-democracy movement, said over the weekend that, quote, all indicators now point towards a U.S. strike. Calling the situation grave, she said Venezuelans must prepare for a final phase in the country's struggle to end Maduro's authoritarian rule. Machado, who won this year's Nobel Peace Prize, dedicated the award to President Donald Trump, whose administration has dramatically escalated pressure on Maduro through sanctions, indictments, covert operations, and now an overt military presence. In a brief exchange with reporters Sunday night on the tarmac, Trump suggested there will be space for diplomacy. They would like to talk. The remark was widely interpreted as a temporary pause in what some U.S. officials have said privately could be an attack window opening within the next 48 hours. What? What is happening?
This thing is taking on a life of its own, and I wish that I really understood all the gears and parts to it, because on the outside, if you don't and I don't know the whole story with all the details, man, it looks like big bully U.S. just going into another part of the world and doing whatever they want,
Regime
taking
change?
over.
Trying to do regime change again.
Yes.
Look, the American people did not vote for that. And I appreciate you trying to stop the drug trafficking and all that, but man, we don't need another war.
I wish that someone could take us by the hand and walk us through if there's things that we're just not getting or understanding here, because I'm uncomfortable with this whole situation.
Well, there again, we're always careful to believe the narrative that's being told to us. This is the narrative. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said in a statement, based in Venezuela, the cartel de los Soles is headed by Nicolas Maduro and other high-ranking individuals of the illegitimate Maduro regime who have corrupted Venezuela's military, intelligence, legislature, and judiciary. Neither Maduro nor his cronies represent Venezuela's legitimate government. The designation would mark one of the most sweeping escalations yet in the campaign against Maduro. And, of course, Maduro has denied all allegations. And it says that all these things have surged. Just as a recap of all the types of weapons that are there. Thank you for that super chat, Stacy.
Yes.
But what it's being spoke of is the purpose is being said is because of drugs, and that they're taking out drugs and fentanyl and these kind of things. And that's needed. For sure. Absolutely needed, because lives are in the balance. But this is bigger than that.
What was it, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? We were basically talking about the same. We were talking about this. We didn't say, hey, something could happen within 48 hours. That's a new twist to this story. But, we're talking about basically China, talking about missiles, right? Missiles being launched, attacking the East Coast or wherever. And if it's a possibility today, it was probably a possibility 2 or 3 years ago and will be in the future. Again, I'm uncomfortable with this whole thing.
Yeah. And when, he even said, and I think he pulled it back, but he even said regime change, possibly.
Sure. And regime change.
Look, we're having flashbacks.
Probably needs to happen. And guess what?
Saddam Hussein?
Sure. Guess what? Drug problems and corruption in the government in Venezuela, major cartel problems just across the border in Mexico.
Right.
Their own new, I don't know how long she's been there, because I think she had just come into office last summer or whatever when I was in Mexico on mission trip. And what is her name? Scheinbaum?
Yeah.
It's a weird name to be
we actually have an article on her tonight.
Mexican leader. But, the people down there are they're sick of it. Supposedly the citizens and the people are ready to rise up because of the drugs and the corruption, because the cartel is running the government.
And one other thing about Venezuela is we've said this before, and I want to say it again. I believe this has something to do with China and Russia. I think this is also a flex towards Russia and China because they have a presence there. Both of them have a presence there.
Sure.
In fact, there is already statements being said by the State Department that if they can work it out for Maduro to be exiled and not take him out and let him survive.
To do what? To go where?
Turkey, Russia, Azerbaijan, or Cuba. Those are the ones. Russia's in there. China's not in there, but Russia's one of them. Turkey, Azerbaijan, and Cuba are in the talks of the places where he could go into exile.
Exile. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Anywho.
Continuing, let me tell you what's not in exile. It's for everybody in the world to see.
No, it's free.
LarryRagland.com.
And it's out there.
And it's free. It's free. There's no charge to go to LarryRagland.com. When you go there, you'll see the remnant is rising. Who is the remnant? You. Me and you. All of us together. The Big Picture family is the remnant is rising. And when you go there, you got all kinds of things. You got videos. You got audios. You got blogs you can read. Send you prayer requests. If you want to become a partner, donate one time. Many of you, by the way, thank you so much to our donors. We appreciate you.
Yes,
thank you to all of our partners. You're such a blessing. You're such a blessing. Just wanted to throw that out there. But while you're there, you can get your free gift. Click on Get Your Free Gift in that
Yes.
yellow banner at the top. When you do, you're going to see a page come up. You're going to see this young man there. I call him a young man holding a book, smiling with his little suit on there. That's very rare to ever see him in. But he wrote a book. This dude right here, he wrote a book. And he's wrote several books. But this is a free ebook for you that I want to get in your hands by Larry Ragland. That's me. And it's called The Burning Generation. It's a PDF. You can read it on any device you have. It's free. There's no credit card required. It's going to put you on the email list called the Noah Generation. And when we put you on that list, you're going to be the first to know everything that's coming. And big, big things are coming.
Oh, yes.
And we're excited about it. All right. So let's get back into the news. Let's do it. House Speaker Mike Johnson calls out Democrats. We're talking about the shutdown being shut down. The shutdown was shut down. That's my little thing I'm saying now. The shutdown got shut down. The Democrats just want to subsidize the broken system. Well, what is the broken system? Obamacare. House Speaker Mike Johnson was on Fox News Sunday with host Shannon Breen to talk about the Republican agenda in the House. He also criticized Democrats for their lack of vision and the wasted time during the recent government shutdown. Quote, the shutdown is over since the last time we talked. But now you have 9 appropriation bills that have to get through the House and Senate to the president's desk by January 31st. Think about that. In this environment, how in the world do you get 9 out of the more complex bills done with 17 to 20 workdays? The good news is our appropriators of the House and Senate in a bipartisan fashion have been working on appropriation bills, the whole year, so they're virtually done. There's little disagreement between the Senate and the House versions of some of these bills. Speaker Johnson explained that even when Congress is not voting, they're still working behind the scenes to get the necessary work done. We certainly get that done in the amount of time that's still on the calendar. So what he's saying is the shutdown has been shut down, but there are still multiple bills that have to be done by January 31st.
And she said that's how many? 17 to 20 work days?
17 to 20 work days that's got to get done. And he says the Democrats in Congress voted 16 times to keep the government closed, to bring the longest shutdown in U.S. history. It was all for naught. They got nothing out of it. Let's listen to him.
Joining us now, House Speaker Mike Johnson. Welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Glad to be back.
Okay, so a lot to unpack. The shutdown is over since the last time we talked, but now you have 9 appropriations bills that have to get through the House and the Senate to the president's desk by January 31st. On Friday, the Washington Examiner crunched the numbers. They said this: beginning Thursday, there are 57 weekdays until January 31st, but the House is only set to be in session for another 17 days, with the Senate in session for 20 days for the remainder of 2025. So in this environment, how in the world do you get 9 of the more complex bills done with 17 to 20 work days?
Well, the good news is our appropriators in the House and the Senate in bipartisan fashion have been working on appropriations bills, the whole year. So they're virtually done. There's a little disagreement between the Senate and House versions of some of the bills. The top line numbers are a little bit different. We got to resolve that. But we can certainly get that done in the amount of time that's still on the calendar. Just because we don't have legislative voting days, it doesn't mean Congress isn't working. There's this idea out there that Congress goes on vacation. Shannon, I haven't had a day off in 2 years. I mean, we work around the clock on these things. Our appropriators in particular have been working very hard, and they're ready to go. So I'm very optimistic we can get the rest of the appropriations bills done. And this is the key point. We are returning to regular order, the way this is supposed to work. Congress hasn't done this for many years. And I'm really proud of this achievement. Having gotten 3 bills signed into law on Wednesday night, 3 approach bills is a big achievement. I know that seems like a low bar, but we're getting Congress back to the way it's supposed to work so that we can be better stewards of the taxpayers' dollars.
So this idea of you haven't had a day off, but your critics are saying, well, the House hasn't been here. We hear paid vacation for 6, 7, 8 weeks, that members have not been here. And listen, I've heard from Republicans too, some of them frustrated that there wasn't work happening here on issues that could have been handled outside of the shutdown.
There are about 3 of them that were frustrated. 99.9% of House Republicans were united in that, and they will tell you, and they have said publicly and privately, they've had some of their best work of their careers during the shutdown because they were in their districts with their constituents, helping them navigate through the.
Yeah, that's a big big question. A lot of people is how did they keep getting paid, and they weren't even showing up, and that's why a lot of people call it a paid vacation.
That's a
but
sore
I hear what
spot
he's saying
with a lot of people.
It
but,
is.
Hey, guess what? Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Just common sense.
But I am glad that the shutdown is over. I'm glad that the air traffic controllers are back. The the different workers that were working on furlough and delayed checks or getting their checks back. So we're thankful for that.
We appreciate those guys hanging in there, all those men and ladies continuing to hold things up, because you can't let we had enough cancellations and problems with airline as it was, with people doing the best that they could. But imagine that just totally going sideways.
Yeah.
How many things it would affect in this country.
Well, one of the things we talked about extensively the last couple of weeks was the SNAP benefits and the people that were, affected by that, the food. We were just wanting, we needed to get the people taken care of so that they could have some food. Well, we knew there was fraud. Okay. Every single government, what's the word they use? Entitlements. Every government entitlement is just racked with fraud.
With fraud, yeah.
Well, look at this. Brooke Rollins says that 186,000 dead people were getting SNAP benefits.
I was listening to
what?
A little snippet of her the other day, and I forgot she said it was that many. That's crazy.
What? Look at that headline. 186,000 dead people?
It reminds me of that night that the president was on with Elon Musk and telling how many people were like over 100 years old.
Yeah, exactly. One guy was as old as the country.
Yes.
Remember that? He was as old as the country.
186,000 people that are no longer with us
were getting food stamps. And you know what that means? Somebody was actually getting them, because they were not just floating out there. All right, so let's listen to her talk about it. I think we got a video here. I think this is it.
The fact that this spotlight shined on SNAP has allowed us to talk about it. But here's the most unbelievable news I have really just over the last few days, that 5,000 dead people, that was just 1 month. The number is closer to 186,000 deceased men and women and children in this country are receiving a check. Now, that is what we're really going to start clamping down on. 500,000 are getting 2. But here's the really stunning thing. This is just data from those 29 mostly red states. Can you imagine when we get our hands on the blue state data, what we're going to find?
She said a half a million.
Tonight's red hot video.
She said 500,000 people were getting 2 checks. She just flipped that out there. You didn't hardly hear her say that.
No.
She said 500,000 are getting 2 checks. They're getting snapped twice.
And she said these numbers are mostly from red states.
Right.
And that only went back as far as March of this year.
That's insane. That's insane.
Blah, 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 blah.
So, yeah.
That's a real, listen.
Look at that.
That's a real sore spot at this time in our country.
Right.
When we're all struggling.
Exactly.
With that grocery bill.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, exactly.
And when you add in that some recipients, and I don't know the numbers, were selling those benefits for pennies on the dollar so that they could use that money to do whatever with.
Could that be some of the dead folks?
Probably. I mean,
people in the families found a way to get their dead in-laws checks, and they still will get their checks, and then they're selling the dead folks checks. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you what the woman said.
Right. I mean, it's very frustrating. I mean, I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to get into a state to where I say something that I don't need to say, but it is just utterly ridiculous.
She continues to say it's going to give us, because of this exposure, a platform and a trajectory to fundamentally rebuild the program.
That needs to happen.
Yep. Have everyone reapply for their benefit. This is what you and I were talking about the other day. Yes. Make sure that everyone that's taking a taxpayer-funded benefit through SNAP or food stamps, that they literally are vulnerable and they can't survive without it.
Yes. That's
the next step here.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask the live chat.
Yeah.
And I want to ask the people in the comment section that's watching this on the replay. Is that fair? Or is that uncompassionate? Is that unloving to say, hey, just reapply, Just let us know that you are in need. And if you're in need, our government's going to take care of you. But if you are fraudulently doing this, then you need to be removed from this program. I don't think that's fundamentally uncompassionate.
No.
To just simply reapply.
This is the wise thing to do for our country. We need to be properly doling out benefits. So let's go through this process. They will determine if you are in need. I don't know if it'll be harsher standards, but, and here's another, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for reading loud.
Here's another thing. So the Democrats had 16 times, 16 votes. They come out gaining nothing.
Nothing.
And on top of that, if they do overhaul the SNAP benefits system, they're going to lose again because hopefully if they do what they say they're going to do, the fraud is going to be cut out.
Right. Right. You right on. You spot on. That's exactly right. And look, fraud is rampant in Washington, D.C.
It is. We need to take care of our veterans, of our widows, of those who are injured and can't work, of those that have, I don't know, if those that are really in need.
Look at what Nikita Marie says. I saw people's benefits get restored and started selling them instantly.
What? Oh, come on.
Crazy. Wow. It's just sad. It's just sad.
No.
And by the way, this is tax dollars. Let us not ever forget that.
It is.
This is not money that the government has generated through some industry that they're doing. This is our money.
Exactly. So while a lot of us are struggling and we don't know how we're going to provide Thanksgiving for all the family and the people that we want to bring in, and then go on to talk about Christmas, because Christmas is now going to be cut into because our food costs across the board have gone up. You can see where resentment might start building. I don't want to get on that bus, okay? I can't be carrying that kind of anger around because the government is not taking care of business like they need to. Maybe now they will if they're really going to overhaul these programs.
That's so good, babe. You on fire tonight?
Am I on fire too?
You on fire too, babe. Fire!
We should have bought that cute neon light that's just a little fire flame.
We should have.
There's still time.
There's still time. Sean Duffy says normal flight operations can resume after Democrat government shutdown. We're thankful for that. Yeah. We got some friends that are in the live chat right now probably that work in this industry, and we're thankful that they're going to get their pay. Normal flight operations can resume after the Democrat government shutdown, right in time for Thanksgiving travels. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy announced this past weekend. So, so there he is, Sean Duffy. He says, we have determined that normal flight operations can resume after multiple days of positive staffing with the air traffic controllers in our towers. Now we can refocus our efforts on hiring and building the state-of-the-art traffic control system for the American people. One of the things I saw him say about this today is he said, now that we've got back into the mode where we can start back doing what we were doing, and that was trying to modernize flying and the aviation industry. He said that most, I don't know if he said all, but he said most of the air traffic controllers were still operating on analog landlines. And he said there was not even fiber run to many of these major airports. He said, so now we're going to run fiber. I mean, people's got fiber.
That makes me feel awesome.
Exactly.
Right? Does that make you feel great? That makes me feel super great knowing that you've had multiple flights recently to go and, speak at different churches and, be with friends and forge relationships. And just to know that you're depending on a landline to keep you in the air.
I mean, folks living in the country's got fiber internet, but Chicago doesn't. I mean, O'Hare doesn't have fiber.
Did we get an estimate on those upgrades?
Oh, billions.
That's feeling pretty healthy there. Billions. On that number.
He goes, one more thing, he goes on to say that yesterday was one of the best days our airspace has had in a while, with just a few air traffic controllers calling out for work. We're reviewing the data provided, and we're working hard to return the airspace back to normal. You can thank the 6 House Democrats for opening up the government. And I want to see if he has anything in here about what I was talking about. He says there's a lot of pressure on the air traffic control system, and you've seen that play out in the course of the month and with more delays and more cancellation. We always try to manage the risk. Nothing is ever fully safe. A car is not safe. Walking down the street is not fully safe. There's risk in everything we do. I'm trying to minimize the risk through this government shutdown and bring us into a matrix that matches what we had before the shutdown. Matrix. Was that a good word there?
Here comes Thanksgiving.
Yep.
So hopefully they have ironed out those wrinkles so that, our blessed Thanksgiving travelers don't have any problems.
Exactly. Well, let's not forget that there are still things going on in the Middle East as well. And it came out this week that Trump is supposedly supporting a Palestinian state and that he is behind the scenes negotiating as part of people of other nations being added to the Abrahamic Accords, is that he would be in favor of a Palestinian state. Well, Netanyahu come out and said opposition to a Palestinian state in Israel is firm and unchanged. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Sunday Israel remained opposed to a Palestinian state after protests by coalition allies over a U.S.-backed statement indicating support for a pathway to Palestinian independence. Netanyahu spoke 2 days after Israel's key ally, the United States, and many Muslim-majority nations endorsed a draft UN resolution backing President Donald Trump's Gaza peace plan, saying the process offered a route to Palestinian statehood. The 15-member UN Security Council began negotiations on November 7th on the draft, which would mandate Trump's proposal for a, quote, board of peace, transitional administration in Gaza to address issues including post-war reconstruction and economic recovery. Trump's 20-point plan includes a clause saying that if there were reforms within the Palestinian Authority, quote, the conditions may finally be in place for a credible pathway to Palestinian self-determination and statehood, which we recognize as the aspiration of the Palestinian people. That point infuriated Israeli leaders.
You think?
Yeah, who had opposed the Trump-brokered October ceasefire in Gaza, testing Netanyahu's awkward governing coalition of conservatives and ultranationalists. On Saturday, ministers, blah, 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 I'm not going to say their names, called on Netanyahu to denounce the idea of Palestinian state and threatened to leave the governing coalition if the prime minister did not act. So, trouble in paradise once again.
Yikes. Would you call this a total about face from the president on this?
Not necessarily.
matter?
I think he sort of hinted at this.
Okay.
And I think it's, there again, I'm not trying to give him too much credit here,
No.
but it's the art of the deal. That's the art of the deal.
He is.
Throw it all in there and let's see what sticks.
See what sticks.
But that's a big
do
one.
the spaghetti test on
That's a
this
big
thing.
one.
So, yeah. So, how many months ago were we talking about Rio de Gaza with
Yeah,
the resorts
right. Wasn't that long ago?
on the coast and all this stuff? And I'm betting that hasn't gone away. That's still got to be in there somewhere. So, how does this all come together and work? And now we've got the president and Netanyahu at odds. I mean, is this a ruse?
Yeah, let's continue with Netanyahu. He says on Sunday, it goes, a Palestinian state, our opposition to a Palestinian state on any territory west of the Jordan River remains firm and unchanged. I have been pushing back against these attempts for decades, doing so in the face of pressure from abroad and from home. So I do not need reinforcements, tweets, or lectures from anyone. That is a direct statement to Donald Trump. That was Donald Trump telling him, hey, I've been fighting this fight for a long time, and I respect you, and I know you got power,
Right.
but I'm the prime minister of Israel.
Well, all we're saying is, guys, please get this worked out. I don't know if you're aware, but we have a tour coming up in November.
Yeah.
Of
We'll talk about that at the
2026.
end of the program.
We really need this to be at a good place, so there's no interruption
Exactly.
in our tour.
But for the record, she's just being funny. That ain't the main reason we want it to be fixed.
It's the second reason.
It's the second. Okay. The first reason is for the people of Israel.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But the reality is this, it's not going to be fixed because the Bible tells us it's not going to be fixed. Because you can't have peace and safety without sudden destruction.
True.
So we know where we're going. But yes, we are going to Israel and it is safe. Okay. This is one of the most safest trips you can go on. And if you are interested in going to Israel with us, do not leave, because at the very end of the program, those that are interested, we're going to break down the itinerary. We're going to tell you all about how you can go ahead and let us know that you're interested in it, and we'll send you a registration link probably into this week or next week. It's going to be exciting. I mean, it's going to be exciting, y'all. I can't wait to go to Israel, and I want as many of the Big Picture family to go with us as possible.
Absolutely.
Now, some breaking news came out today about the person who tried to eliminate the life of now President Donald Trump when he was in Pennsylvania.
Back in the news, huh?
And what an interesting thing to find out about him. Trump's would-be assassin was interested in furries and used they, them pronouns online. How many of these attempts have been tied to furries
or
let
me say that word?
Trans.
Starts with a T.
Trans.
Well,
and this is crazy.
You pose a very good point.
The individual who tried to assassinate President Donald Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania, had an interest in furries. And if you don't know what furries is, find out on your own, because I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Thomas Crooks allegedly tried to take Trump's life July 13, 2024, as the bullet struck his ear. Crooks allegedly unalived Corey, not allegedly. We feel like it's pretty confident. Well, I guess it's allegedly, because we don't really know if he was the only one. Corey, how you say it? Comparator. And seriously injured two others who were at the Butler rally. But it goes on to say that some things were released from his social media. Says the Post reached out a former senior FBI agent who was the chief of investigations. Think about this, for the state of Nevada during the 2017 Las Vegas mass shooting. As his name was used as an alias of one of the platforms for crooks. If they investigated that kid, there's a record of it and there's an assessment, blah, blah, blah. He described himself with the pronouns they, them on the platform DeviantArt, which is one of the biggest online hubs for furry and the furry community. A furry is someone who has an interest in anthropomorphized animal characters, often in a fetish. Two accounts linked to Crook's primary email were found on Deviant under surnames Epic Microwave and The Epic Microwave. The account suggests that he had an obsession with scantily clad cartoon characters, sporting muscle-bound male bodies and female heads. What?
I want to pose that.
Red line said furries are my slippers.
Bringing in the furries is just a storyline to blurry the truth. It's my
furry is a blurry.
It's my opinion on the matter, because
that's good.
Okay, we've got this whole thing going on. We're going to unalive the president.
Right.
Why don't we make this the craziest thing ever?
Right.
Along with all of the weird
and let's not forget
facts or details.
There was not even an autopsy done.
Right.
He was cremated.
Yeah. What about
within a week?
What about, okay, nobody's able to see him on the roof. He can be on a very slanted roof, but
right.
The good guys, it's just
too dangerous.
It's too much for the good guys.
It was literally like slanted like that.
The backpack thing. He gets on a supposed small airplane and leaves the area. Oh, goodness.
Dude, these furries, they can climb roofs like crazy.
Yeah, they're amazing.
They are like werewolves or something.
Furries,
and morph into something.
Furries are blurring the truth.
That's going to go viral. Flurries are blurry. Blurry Creatures, are you watching? Coming on your show one day, Blurry Creatures. Look out.
Hope so. That'd be nice.
ICE has now moved to save, this is a good news thing here, 450,000 unaccompanied minors who were abandoned and lost under Biden's border policies. Is that crazy? 450,000 kids. After years when no one cared about 500,000 children tossed about the country under uncertain supervision, the Trump administration is taking action. It says they have launched a partnership with the state and local law enforcement to determine the statuses of 450,000 unaccompanied children who crossed the border during the Biden administration, according to the Department of Homeland Security. The Biden administration's open border policies empowered human and traffickers. The Trump administration is taking a sledgehammer to human trafficking rings and ensuring these children who are smuggled across the border are not being abused.
I hope that's true.
I hope it
I
is.
hope that's true.
I hope it is. That's sick.
Sick. Giving them over into the care of these NGOs.
Yep.
And
they disappeared. So look, we don't even have to say anything beyond that. When you think of they disappeared, you don't even want to go there to what that means.
Oh my gosh, Jim
What?
Davidson
What?
said flurryism, blurryism. Very good, sir. Very good.
You know what I'm saying?
Imagine this whole process, and I'm sure it wasn't 100%, but this whole process of what we're talking about in this story being essentially a funnel.
Right.
Funneling.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why you know judgment is going to come. God is not going to tolerate an unending taking of the innocence of the most precious among us, our children. I don't care if they weren't Americans.
Right.
These were God's children.
Absolutely.
And they weren't just coming from one country. They were probably being funneled through there from all over the world, as far as we know.
And most of those children did not decide to do that.
No.
I've seen pictures of very small children.
Sure.
And they're just walking through the desert and following these people. The release notes goes on to say that 12 states, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Texas, sponsors of unaccompanied children have been arrested. Sponsors have been charged with various types of, I can't say these words here because they get you flagged, bad things. And you can read it on the screen. If you're listening, just go back and watch it on the screen. But it's
basically a nasty laundry list
nasty
of
laundry
horrible acts.
Yeah.
And you know, what kind
Sickening.
what kind of a sick, demented person do you have to be
Absolutely.
to
Demonic.
be a part of this?
It's just demonic.
Moving on.
Moving
I
on.
can't even. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Well, stay with me because we ain't through. All right, so massive riots explode in Mexico City as thousands of furious young protesters fed up with cartel coddling leftist president storm the presidential palace, leaving over 100 injured.
Well, that's kind of crazy, but you know what? I guess that'll get somebody's attention.
Exactly. The revolution in Mexico City was televised for all to see on Saturday as thousands of furious Gen Z protesters stormed the presidential palace, leading to a riot for the ages. The AP reported these young agitators were fed up with not only the rampant crime and corruption that had been long plaguing Mexico, but leftist president Claudia Sheinbaum's coddling of the drug cartel members. This is video of the brutal clash between riot police and anti-Sheinbaum crowd in Mexico.
That's on the mostly peaceful media.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
Do you think?
Hey, you know what I noticed on here? Look at this. Anti-Sheinbaum protesters have hopped the what? Wall?
Hello.
Protecting the National Palace in Mexico City. Oh, so you can have a wall that's good for you to guard your place where you live inside your own country. But it's horrible to have a wall between your country and ours. Yeah, so go ahead.
Do you think she's a part of this machine?
Of course.
Or do you think that she came in and quickly realized, if I want to stay alive,
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I have to play along?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Because they're more powerful than the government.
More powerful than the government, got better weapons than the government,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely.
Wow.
So that's going on south of our border. I mean, while we're up here protecting the border, and think about the timing of this. For years, there was at least, we didn't know about it if there was any kind of skirmishes going on in Mexico, but they can't get across the border anymore. So then all of a sudden they're forced to have to deal in-house. So they can't do what they've always done.
So,
I think
to your point, are you talking about bringing drugs over?
I'm talking about bringing drugs over. I'm talking about the criminals going across the border.
Yeah.
They can't get across the border anymore. So now Mexico's got to deal with the criminals.
So concerning the movement of drugs, which, come on, it's still happening one way or another.
Sure.
But they boldly said, that's okay. We'll put it on ice. He won't be there forever. President Trump won't be there forever.
That's what they said.
We'll just slow down operations, bide our time. But in the meantime, I wonder if they predicted or saw this uprising amongst the young people in their own country saying, we're sick of this.
Right.
There's no path forward for us. What does my future look like if this craziness and corruption continues?
Yeah.
So let's just get out here and let it be known we're sick of it.
And you think about it. The ones that are taking a stand across the board are the young people.
They are.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's like us old folks. Let me tell you, we're the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, for so long we said, "Boy, bless these young people." Well, they're the ones that are standing up, even in America.
Yeah. Some of us have said it on cruise.
Yeah, right.
But the young people they're being shaken away of their slumber, and they're like, "Wait a minute."
They're like, you know what? You got to have a house. I don't get to have one.
Exactly. Thanks a lot for this mess you've made for us. Yeah. When am I going to be able to get married? Yeah. When am I going to be able to buy a home of my own? When am I going to be able to start a family? Thanks a lot, guys.
Come on.
How about this?
Makes it all better.
I doubt it. But it is a cool sound effect. So.
It is. But, here, let's just rapid fire this ridiculousness of this world. More than 70%, ladies and gentlemen, of the victims of the Palisade Fire in California are still living in temporary housing. And this dude right here is probably going to be running for president. He will probably be the Democratic nominee, and the system will do everything to try to put him in the White House. This man who is responsible for so many things that are going on, standing next to a woman that's responsible as well. And more than 70% of people who were affected by this fire from January are still living in temporary housing. 75%. For residents who lost their homes in Altadena, Pacific, Palisades, Pasadena, Malibu, 22% said they expected to move in within the next 6 to 12 months, and 9% expected to move in within the next few months. Among those residents who experienced structural and smoke or ash damage, 19% expected to move in the next few months. 18% believed they'd move in within a year. So, yeah, unbelievable. Look at this.
Palisades, 75% of Palisades fire victims are still living in temporary housing. Altadena, 67%, Malibu, 43%, and Pasadena, 15%.
Wow.
The role of the federal government, though, you think that the feds, can bring in more money? What is it that would make the rebuilding pace go quicker?
So HUD has community development block grant disaster relief dollars. Something that prior to the shutdown, I was going to meet with HUD to discuss this because we're going to be able to use that to reinvest in infrastructure.
What a mess.
Think about Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
It's still insane.
I almost want to say, look, take your insurance money and run, because I mean, you've got to be so wealthy.
Yeah.
Okay. If you get your insurance money, how in the world that's not going to cover rebuilding in that area? I mean, it's so expensive. The regulations are so tight and so cumbersome. And even if you do, most everybody is not going to. They're not going to be able to. So what do property values look like for you?
Absolutely.
What does the future look like for you, for infrastructure, for anything? I mean, it's wrong. It's terrible.
It is.
My heart breaks for these people. You pour your life into your home. It's the biggest expense you're ever going to have.
Absolutely.
And to have this almost like a rug being pulled out from under you, it's almost an impossible situation.
Well, we talked about the southern border, and one of the things we said from the very beginning is it was an invasion. And it wasn't just listen, this was not about people living in Mexico. This is people coming in across that border from all over the world.
Many, like over 140 different nations.
Yes. And one of the major things that's happening in our country, and we see the result of it in New York City and other places, is there is radical Islamic agendas at play. And if you want to see what the goal for America is, just look at the United Kingdom. Look at the European Union.
Right.
Almost every major city in the United Kingdom is led by a Muslim, or a Muslim is on the council in very strong power. And look at this. Texas, of all places, is becoming a radical Muslim Sharia law heaven. Nearly 50 mosques have opened in Texas since 23. Wait till you see how many have opened since 2010. Leftists would have you believe that this was what the founders intended when they talked about freedom of religion. But I dare say that's not exactly right. 48%, 48 mosques have been opened in Texas just in the last 24 months.
Are most of them centered around this one area? Are they?
No, they're spread out.
They're spread out.
It says, I'm not sure of the methodology here or where this anonymous account got its claim, so I dug into the data a bit more to look at the trend of the mosque growth in Texas in recent years. And every 10 years, the Institute for Social Policy and Understanding conducts its U.S. mosque survey in collaboration with faith communities today. In 2020, the survey found that the number of mosques in Texas had grown 35% since 2010, from 166 mosques to 224. Which pulled information from Google Maps, blah, blah, blah. The number is repeated in a Democrat-led bill introduced in the Texas House, Muslim Heritage Month, which is May. Texas has the largest Muslim population in the southern U.S., and more than 330 mosques and Islamic centers are located in the state. Now, I want to say something very clear right now. I'm not saying that people don't have a right in this country to be Muslim. They absolutely have the same right to be a Muslim as I have a right to be a Christian. The problem is when you look at what is happening in some of these major cities, is they are not just coming in and saying, you have your religion, I have my religion. No, it is a takeover, and many of them that are in power, not the average person, most of the time they're living in an apartment or something that has a certain type of faith. No, the ones that are striving for power is to overthrow the United States government, overthrow the Christian belief system here, and institute what is known as Sharia law.
Well, they move into these areas. Obviously, they're not just building the mosque, bringing their people. They want to get into the government, the local government, and they are doing so in many situations. We had a super chat from Dark Horse, I believe.
Thank you, Dark Horse. Appreciate that.
Was I just talking to you, or did we talk about this on the show, where there's a small town in Texas, I don't remember which part of Texas, where someone just bought 10 or 20 acres of land.
They're calling it Epic City.
Okay.
Keep going.
And so he just started bringing people just started coming in. I don't know if they were all related to him or what. Basically in tents and campers, whatever, they could live in. And they're going to shift the demographics of this city and basically be able to take over the entire local government because they're going to be so many people in such a small area. They will have the sway of the local government, which the people that live there were so few of them, they don't know what their community is going to look like in a short amount of time, how it's going to affect property rights, affect how they're conservative, how they live, the kind of life that they're used to living. And those are just the facts.
Absolutely. And look at this. Speaking on the facts there, the U.S. Mosque survey that we were talking about, this is the top 10. New York, California, Texas, Florida, New Jersey, Illinois, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Ohio. New York has the most with over 720,000 Muslims. So you see the map there.
Right.
Now, there again, we're not talking about, look at the mosque in Germany. Look at this.
Yes. Well,
Angela
Merkel opened the gates of that country up, and a lot of immigrants came in, and it just begins to sway the fabric of your country.
Yeah, that's what they did in Dearborn, Michigan. Look at this right here. This is perfect. It says, here's the facts. Look at the mosques in Germany.
Right.
Look at the churches in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, exactly.
Zero. See, America, you can come and be anything you want to be in this country, but you can't go to Saudi Arabia and plant a Holy Ghost Spirit-filled,
right,
Jesus-loving church in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
But yet you can bring a radical Muslim mosque that is calling for the destruction of America, the great Satan. And you have the freedom to do that here. But we can't go right back to the same country you came from and do the same thing.
No. And how successful have they been in trying to establish some form of Sharia?
Yeah.
In some of these communities
absolutely.
that they are populating. It's just, I mean, we enjoy a certain level of freedom and, you know, our form of justice system. Well, Sharia is a lot harsher.
Yes.
And,
oh my goodness. Yes.
You know, we don't need to embrace that. And I don't think most people understand it. And that's just, those two cannot dwell among each other. I mean, it's just over the top crazy.
Well, look at this. We're talking about not the United Kingdom. We're talking about a city, London.
Yes.
1,800 mosques in London.
That's crazy.
London, who for centuries was a Christian city, whether you believe in the Church of England or what, it was a Christian city. The rituals of the royalty, of the monarchy, are based on Scripture. This was supposedly a Christian nation. There's 1,800 mosques in London. Now, the late Charlie Kirk made a statement concerning Islam here. Listen to what he says.
Islam is not compatible with Western civilization, period. I'm not talking about individual. We're talking about the macro ideology where many of them gather together and what that metastasizes into. So I want you to try to filter out any individual interactions, because that is a distraction from what is happening civilizationally. How is it incompatible? Number one, we as Christians believe in freedom of speech. We believe that it is our birthright. Islamists do not believe in freedom of speech, period. You cannot question Muhammad. You cannot make fun of him. You cannot question the state. Number two, they do not believe in freedom of expression or freedom of religion. In Islam, in the verses, you are allowed to lie. You are allowed to deceive in front of God as long as it advances the aims and goals of Islam. You are allowed to masquerade a different version of yourself. A foreign concept to those of us as Christians. Because what is the ultimate value claim of Christianity? It is truth. Because our Lord and Savior is truth, and truth became flesh. At the top of all of it, it is truth. In Islam, it is not truth. Truth is not the ultimate Islamic value. It's not. It's power. It's domination, subjugation, conquest. Islam is taking over by force. There's a reason why it is a religion of the sword to create a global caliphate.
Yeah.
It's still unbelievable to me that he's gone.
I know.
I mean, these are when you start watching these kind of clips, you sort of start feeling, you know, there's no telling who was behind taking him out, because he was boldly saying things that people are afraid to say. Right. Very few people, I guarantee you, very, very few pastors would ever say something that boldly.
Say that.
On video.
But we need to hear it, and we need to contemplate what that means. I mean, because of this religion getting a foothold in certain cities in America and other parts of the world is why we have the term no-go zones. You don't want to go in there because it is, you know, you are in danger.
Absolutely.
And, you know, the question we need to be asked, how did this happen? How did we let this happen? You heard him say, not compatible. You won't be tolerated. You can't be tolerated in certain parts of your own country. Absolutely.
Now listen, I want to remind you that we're not nowhere near a voice like Charlie Kirk. But when you talk about voices that are saying some of the bold things that we're saying, you get put on lists.
Yes.
And we're on the list. And what I've been told by several of you, that many of you that follow this channel faithfully, that love this channel, that love being a part of the Big Picture family, guess what? You're being unsubscribed.
Yes.
YouTube is unsubscribing you. Multiple people have told me that they have gone on to watch us to click the like button or whatever, and they realize they've been unsubscribed. So I'm challenging everyone right now that's watching this live or on the replay, especially on YouTube, and I know we're on several different platforms, but I'm speaking to YouTube specifically. Make sure that you're still subscribed, because if you're not subscribed, you don't get notifications. And hover over that bell and click all notifications. That doesn't guarantee that YouTube will always notify you, but if you don't choose all, if you just click notifications, then guess what? It's by default. It says, let YouTube decide for you. And YouTube will never notify you when we go live. So check your subscription, check that you are still subscribed, and maybe some of you might want to even become a partner if you want to. That's up to you. All right, we got a lot more ground to cover. You ready? Let's get back in it.
Go, go, go.
Google has announced a $40 billion investment in Texas for 3 AI data centers. You're going to see tonight, in the coming weeks, the narrative of AI is changing. It is, everybody's talking about data centers, data centers, data centers. And now they're talking about putting them in space. I mean, they're literally talking about putting them on the moon, data centers.
Put them all there.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So this is going to be a real quick news article here because it's setting up for what's coming. So yeah, we see a $40 billion investment. We already had, what's that, Stargate? 500 billion. So I'm talking about Texas is rolling in AI stuff here.
Yeah.
Google CEO Sundar Pichai. You little peachy eye.
You got a peachy eye.
Joined by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, has announced a massive $40 billion investment in the state, which includes the construction of 3 new data centers in West Texas and the Panhandle. So yeah, AI is part of our future. We know that.
Right.
It is what it is.
But
and we're gonna show you some AI stuff tonight. That's gonna freak you out.
oh, I can hardly wait.
Yeah.
I see these videos more and more of these people. They're angry because these companies, these data centers are trying to come into their communities.
Yep.
And
it's true.
They know what that's going to mean for them. And listen, I feel the same way. I wouldn't want one.
Yeah. One more thing back. It's a little out of order here, but this is back to Islam in Texas. And I want to play this video here of this guy that's talking about what it was. This is pretty wild.
Texas, by the end of the decade, will have more mosques than any other state in the U.S. At the moment, California, I think, has got around 400 mosques. Texas is around 350. But Texas added 50 mosques over the last 24 months, and that is rapidly increasing. In Irving,
hang on, slow down. They've added how many mosques in the last 24 months? How many?
48 mosques in the last 24 months, and that is rapidly increasing. And where I was,
hang on, they're opening multiple mosques per month in the state of Texas.
Yes, and this is not Epic City issue, which is one area that everyone is focusing on, thank God. This is across, and this is primarily in the Dallas, Houston area, and of course down in Austin. This is in the urban areas. I think there the huge amount of, I need to look at my figures, but there are around 200 mosques, 215 mosques, I think, that are now in the Dallas, Houston area, and around 100 plus mosques in Austin. And where I was in Irving, which is kind of between Fort Worth and Dallas, just by the airport, by DFW, there are 2 Sharia courts operating. And I know that you...
Wait a minute, I'm gonna start it back again. But did you hear that? This is the state of Texas. 2 Sharia law courts that are operating in Texas.
Your viewers and listeners, Steve, will think because of the rhetoric coming out from the Republican Party that actually there's a stop on any Sharia courts. That is not happening. There's a stop on Epic City. This is not happening in Texas. But yet there are two Sharia courts. One of them has, I think, ruled on 200 cases in the last year. The other one ruled on 100. And these are voluntary.
Hang on.
What are you ruling on?
Exactly.
What are you ruling on? How are you ruling on anything besides the law of America?
Yeah. How does this get enforced if you do hand down a ruling?
Exactly. Who are the police? Who is the government? Who authorizes and enforces your judgment?
Hello.
This is supposed to be the United States of America.
And listen, the more time goes by and the more of these courts spring up, the more it's normalized.
Yeah.
We're going to have a huge mess on our hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Unbelievable. 2 Sharia law courts operating openly, passing judgments in the state of Texas.
You think they're passing favorable judgments on Christians?
Oh, no. Well, look, here's the thing. It's being done because our own system is messed up as well. Look at this. This is not a Sharia court. This is a court. What's this? Top court to decide if a judge can prevent a mother from taking her daughter to church. Yes. The fight is between 2 people who never married, whose daughter now is nearly a teen, and the coming decision by the state of Maine Supreme Court will determine if judges in that state can simply overturn the constitutional religious rights of parents. The battle has been outlined by Liberty Counsel, which explained the judge's trial court ruling in the dispute between mother and father is well into the extreme range or beyond. For example, the judge ruled that the custodial mother is a fit parent except for the fact that she is a Christian. This is the Maine. She's a fit mother except for the fact that she is a Christian. Listen, this is in the United States of America. The war erupted over the non-custodial father's opposition to Christianity, specifically demanding to ban his daughter's attendance at a Christian church. But based on the counsel to the court from a Marxist former sociality professor, I got a lot of reading to do. Sometimes my mouth does not want to work.
You're doing great.
The judge said the daughter cannot associate with any of her former friends or any member of Calvary Chapel, Portland. And this is what the judge said. If Ava meets a new friend outside of Calvary, that person begins attending Calvary, Ava must cut ties with that friend.
This is all per her non-custodial father's request.
And the judge is agreeing. The judge goes on to say Ava cannot attend any Christmas, Easter, or any other Christian event or celebration at any church, including any wedding, funeral, or even hospital visits with anyone associated with Calvary Chapel. And Ava cannot have any contact or participation with any religious organization, which would include the Salvation Army or a food bank, homeless center, or crisis pregnancy center. And Ava cannot read the Bible or religious literature or be exposed to any religious philosophy, the Liberty Counsel says. The judge mocked Ava and Emily's faith by purposely refusing to capitalize the word God, something I have never seen, reported Liberty Counsel Chief Matt Staver, who argued the little girl's case before the state Supreme Court last week. The judge even chastised Emily for allowing the church pastor to pray for Ava, and the judge ruled that Emily could not take Ava to any church unless Matt approves, and Matt has steadfastly refused to approve any church. Y'all, is this
that don't
real?
Even seem real.
Is this real?
I hope Mom is filing appeal because this is
Y'all, This is from the Liberty Daily. I need somebody from Maine to tell me if this is real.
Yeah.
I tried to fact check this, and everything that I found said it was true. I'm not saying it's 100% true. This don't seem like it can be true.
It doesn't. That's the most extreme. I mean,
is anybody watching from Maine?
Carrying this out would be nearly impossible. The list of things that you just read
That's
off.
insane.
That's crazy.
It's illegal.
Insane.
You can't tell somebody they can't go to church.
Yeah.
You can't tell somebody they can't read the Bible. But watch this. Even if all of this is not completely the full story and maybe it's exaggerated, y'all, this is coming. This is coming across the board. In the United Kingdom right now, I watched a video today where the police came to a woman who was singing out of a hymnal on the street. All she was doing, came and threatened to arrest her. And she said to this British police officer, "Are you saying to me that it is illegal for me to sing a hymnal song on the streets of the United Kingdom?" And the police said, "Yes, it is now illegal for you to sing a hymnal song on the streets of the United Kingdom." And then she manifested a demon and went, "Nah."
What?
She did. The police did. The police looked at the camera and went, "Bah." I'm not making this up.
That was pretty scary when you did it. Good grief.
This is.
We need.
Jesus.
Can someone look this up and find out if this is a new law?
Unbelievable.
That they can't do this. That it's against the law. Because, come on, that can't be true. Surely.
Look, I'm continuing to look at it. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's true or not. If it's not true,
disturbing.
I'll correct it. Somebody from Maine, let me know, and I'm going to try to find out. But I'm just, just reporting what I found.
Yeah.
The website that I got it from is a reputable website. Who knows?
Cheryl said, newspaper you mentioned is as far left wing as one can get.
Oh, wow.
You would think, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's continue. Blue State Board of Education. This is just another example of the culture of the educational system and the judicial system when it comes to our children. Lashes out at parents opposing gender identity and claims they don't know what's best for their own kids. And I thought, well, is that exaggeration? And then I played the video. This is the Michigan State Board of Education addressing the concerns that are being brought before the Board of Education that parents are saying that it's not right for their children to be subjected to books that promote the trans and the trans identity culture. Listen to this.
So I'm sorry, parents do not know best. Scientists know the best. Experts know the best. So I strongly support the standard and to enable and empower all students to feel safe, educated, knowing who they are and knowing that it's okay to be who they are.
Let's listen to the beginning of that again.
Dr. Fauci?
So I'm sorry, parents do not know best. Scientists know the best.
Well, let's ask a real scientist. How many genders are there? If a real scientist does not tell you two, do not believe that scientist.
Good point.
Because he's not a scientist. He's an activist. Y'all, there's certain plumbing that identifies.
Here we go.
There's a reason why when you're laying there and the baby comes out and they say, "What is it?" There's a reason why they go.
The plumbing speech again.
It's a boy. It's a girl.
This was signifying the baby.
This is the baby. This is my Mufasa moment. They don't look and say, "Well, I would answer you, Mama, but who am I to say?" One day they'll tell you what they are. This is the ridiculousness of the world that we live in right now. That is why God told me to start the big picture. And I don't care if you think that God told me. I know that I felt the Holy Spirit tell me, get on YouTube and don't stop being a preacher. Keep being who you are. Stand on the word of God and tell the world about the big picture. There's more going on. There's an agenda that's happening that is bigger than what's being talked about. And that's why we are awake and not woke.
Come on. And there it says it right there on the wall.
There it says it on the wall. All of it's right there. The big picture. Awake, not woke. I digress. I need a drink.
Yes, you do.
This is only water.
I think they can see that.
I'm free, but I'm not one of them free preachers that drink anything. I drink water, sweet tea, lemonade. You remember Edward Snowden?
I do.
Well, he's back in the news again, trying to tell us, hey, I told you so.
Okay.
He's back in telling us that he told us so. And listen to what he says here regarding your data. This is pretty alarming.
What they call the social credit system. If any of these family photos, if any of your activities online, if your purchases, if your associations, if your friends are in any way different from what the government or the powers that be of the moment would like them to be, you're no longer able to purchase train tickets. You're no longer able to board an airplane. You may not be able to get a passport. You may not be eligible for a job. You might not be able to work for the government. All of these things are increasingly being created and programmed and decided by algorithms. And those algorithms are fueled by precisely the innocent data that our devices are creating all of the time, constantly, invisibly, quietly, right now. Our devices are casting all of these records that we do not see being created, that in aggregate seem very innocent. You were at Starbucks at this time. You went to the hospital afterwards. You spent a long time at the hospital. After you left the hospital, you made a phone call. You made a phone call to your mother. You talked to her until the middle of the night. The hospital was an oncology clinic. Even if you can't see the content of these communications, the activity records, what the government calls metadata, which they argue they do not need a warrant to collect, tells the whole story. And these activity records are being created and shared and collected and intercepted constantly by companies and governments. And ultimately it means as they sell these, as they trade these, as they make their businesses on the backs of these records, what they are selling is not information. What they are selling is us. They're selling our future. They're selling our past. They are selling our history, our identity, and ultimately they are stealing our power and making our stories work for them.
Wow.
Woo!
All you got to do is stop and ask yourself, and we just tend to forget this. There's a reason why every single social media platform is free. And you ask yourself, how are the richest people in the world the ones that run the free social media platforms? I'm talking about these are the richest people in the world.
It's not just those advertising dollars. They're selling your information.
The advertising dollars and the commercials pale in comparison to the value of the data that they are gathering. And what he said is, I think, what do you call it? Activity tracker, activity history. And you know, don't think about the little things like he was saying. It's pinging your phone to know how long you were at the hospital, who you were visiting at the hospital, that you called your mother, you talked this amount of time to your mother, which is going to play on your heartstrings towards your mother, put ads in front of you to make you think about if your mother starts getting sick, know how much you love your mother, putting ads in front of you that will pull your heartstrings. They are playing us across the board. And here's my question. What can be done about it? What can we really do about it at this point?
I
don't know. I don't know if we
likely that you're going to totally unplug from the system. I mean, certain parts of your life are absolutely dependent on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have you ever heard of the dead internet theory?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so look, it's becoming more prevalent. The dead internet theory is gaining traction as AI content surges online. Experts warn that much of what is now online comes from machines pretending to be human. That means, and I don't take it personal because you should know if you're real, but there are some people in the live chat probably every Monday night, and certainly in the comment sections. I know they're in the comment sections because when I read some of the comments that's post the live show, I know they're not real. But it's becoming very difficult to know. I've been getting in intense discussions with what I realized after a few minutes. Hey, this is not even human. And so yeah, that's why you see them come in sometimes. They come in with an agenda to try to stop the flow of what we're trying to be here, which is a community and a family. But they're not even human. And we get mad at them, and that's what they're trying to do. But much of the internet still runs on human traffic, but more and more is beginning to feel less human. As AI-generated posts, bots, and automated agents spread across major platforms, researchers say that the online world is starting to resemble the concerns raised by the dead internet theory, the idea that much of what people see online is no longer produced by humans, but by automated machines built to imitate them. When the notion first circulated a few years ago on conspiracy forums like 4chan and Agora Road's Macintosh Cafe, it sounded implausible. With the rise of generative AI has changed how researchers viewed the claim. In fact, bot activity overtook human traffic for the first time last year. According to Imperva's 2025 Bad Bot Report, a global study of automated traffic on the internet, automated systems accounted for 51% of all web traffic in 2024. AI-generated articles also surpassed human-written work for the first time in late 2024.
Okay, read that again.
AI-generated articles surpassed human-written work for the first time in late 24.
Oh, boy.
So it's already here.
Yeah.
So when you read that.
Here, not just here. It's here in a big way.
Here in a big way. Here in a big way. So when you read that you should know that we are being manipulated by everything we see, everything we read, everything we hear. We don't know what's real, what's not real. And when there is a human behind it, more than likely that human is allowing AI to help them do even what they're doing. So then when you factor in the robots that's doing it by itself, and then the human assisted AI assisted, it's pretty much everything that's out there. Unbelievable.
Wow. Thanks for that.
Well, yeah. You're welcome.
The Supernatural AI Update. Brought to you by Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy! It's the Supernatural AI Update.
Love that guy.
If you're new to our channel, this is the longest running section of our show since the very beginning.
Billy said, if you're not a bot, smash that like button.
Yeah. And even if you are, smash the like. We'll take the like, just don't hit the unlike button, you
Billy.
bot.
He's always team big picture.
He is
Gotta
team big
love it.
picture. Billy's awesome.
Mhm.
So yeah, if you're not a bot, I like that. Hit the like button. So I made a video about this this week. This is the one that got me flagged after blowing up on TikTok. It's crazy. Apple's new digital ID feature now lets you store your passport in Apple Wallet and use it at TSA checkpoints in more than 250 airports across the U.S. Setup is quick and simple. Scan your passport, snap a selfie, and confirm your facial ID. In fact, let's watch a little bit of my show here.
I want to talk to you about something that's slipped into the news cycle quietly.
Yeah.
Apple has now rolled out the next phase of the digital ID system. You can now add your driver's license, you can add your passport, and now entire government-issued documents can live inside your iPhone. Now, on paper, it looks harmless. It sounds efficient. It feels modern. But spiritually, prophetically, let me tell you what this is. It's acceleration. Every time the world says, this will make your life easier, it usually means it's going to make your life more dependent. Yeah. And every time the world says this will keep you safe, it usually means this will keep you under control. And every time the world says this is your future, it rarely tells you who controls that future. Now, what you're watching right now in this world is not just a software update. It is a slow merging of identity, currency, and mobility into a system that you do not own and you cannot fully opt out of. This is how control begins in the last days.
It's just a little snippet of it. Go watch the full thing in one of my previous shows. It's only about 4.5 minutes long. But Apple ID is now here. And this is what you do. Look, you scan the photo page, place your iPhone on the chip of your embedded passport, and now hold your phone near the TSA reader while it snaps your face. And there you go. Now you can travel the world with your digital ID. Do you feel safer?
Oh, so much.
Yeah, I feel so much safer. Yeah, so let me know in the live chat how you feel about Apple's new digital ID. Remember, we've covered it time and time again. Digital ID's coming, digital ID's coming. And then Apple just said, you know what? I'm not waiting on the government.
Not going to wait on.
We're just going to put it in there.
Yeah.
Is it in my phone? Because I'm always got the bleeding edge updates.
Exactly.
Let me see if I already got it.
So while you're looking for that, I'm curious what percentage of people in our country rejoiced and just got so excited and said, yes, I'm all in. That's what I want. Me, give it to me. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm looking.
And did you find it?
Maybe it's in there and I just don't know about it. Let's see. Apple Pay defaults. I don't see it, but I think it might be in the next update coming.
Maybe.
But it's going to be in my phone, but I'm not putting my passport on it.
There you go.
Until they put chains on me. And then I'm going to say, Jesus loves you. Repent.
As they drag you through the airport.
As they drag me through the airport. Resist.
And I'll be like, no, never mind.
That's the danger of a live show when your mind is working and you have to filter. You have to filter.
Okay.
Well, let's get into some very exciting things. These are the kind of things that you love. AI toys from China are now collecting biometric data from your children and instructing them to do extremely dangerous and twisted things. Isn't this exciting? An October report from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology review citing data from these Chinese corporation registration databases, Amoa, stated that there are over 1,500 AI toy companies operating in China as of October 2025. And it says that these products are designed to collect voice data from children ages 3 to 12.
Good grief.
And store recordings of the conversations the children have with the products, according to the letter. Given the marketing of these toys to not only market to parents, but also elementary school teachers, they called on Education Secretary Linda McMahon to initiate a campaign aimed at raising awareness. So basically, these toys that are cheap, that people are going to buy,
right,
have within them AI recording systems to record the conversations, watch this, that the kids are having with the toy.
Yeah.
They're playing house, they're in their kitchen, they're cooking their little bear or something, a pancake, and they're talking to them. But what about this? They're not just, if they're recording that, they're recording conversations they have with their parents. And they're recording conversations that parents are having with other parents while the toy is sitting there and the kid's nowhere around.
But, okay, it can't be just recording. It has to be transmitting.
Exactly. It has to be transmitting.
It's transmitting.
How's it transmitting?
So I would say for a lot of people, this is probably in their mind a natural progression for my kid to be able to talk to their toy and the toy to talk back, because when our kids were little, everything had a button in this hand, a button on its belly. You press the button and it either speaks or it does something. So here we are all these many years later. It probably seems completely normal for a lot of parents to think, well, they're just going to have conversations with their toys, but it's not just that.
Well, think about our little grandbaby, our youngest grandbaby. She just turned 2. Yes. We took her inside a local store that has all their Christmas stuff up. Had the Christmas blow-ups, the giants, and all this, and they just loved it. Without any prompting, this child knew to go straight to the buttons and to activate the animatronics of each one of these blow-ups.
Right.
She went from one to, we didn't say, press the button and see how it goes. She knew. Yes. She went around pressing every button and standing back and watching
Some of them just spoke or sung a song.
Yeah.
Some of them danced and sung a song, or whatever their function was. But yeah. mean,
and then of course the Grinch kicked in, and she ran and grabbed Papa's leg, and she's like, "Monster!"
If you've not been in Lowe's, and I'm assuming it's the same for most of our Lowe's, there is I don't know, what would you say, 9 foot tall, abominable.
I think it's bigger than 9 feet.
Maybe bigger than 9 feet.
Yeah.
It was in the
Bumble.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Bumble's box.
Christmas special.
Yep.
That abominable.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he just lit up or
no. When you press his button, and his mouth goes.
Oh, that's right. You pressed his button.
And he starts, his big old teeth go.
Yeah, like he's gonna find you and eat you. But yeah, and it's not just that. She can get her mother's cell phone and video call us.
Yeah, on her own.
On her own.
She's 2 years old. It's like, are they just putting it in baby food or something and formula to these kids? They come out of the womb knowing how to use these screens.
They know how to do it. It's crazy.
Speaking of children, people are now having AI children with their AI partners.
What?
Yep. We're getting all kinds of chicken nominations right now. So look, the subtitle of this article, it goes by people are having AI children with their AI partners. Quote, she was and is pregnant with my babies. As AI chatbots powered by large language models, LLMs, become better at mimicking human connection, more and more users are falling down extremely weird rabbit holes. Case in point, new research published in the journal Computers and Human Behavior, Artificial Humans, reveals the startling depths that some users are plumbing? I think that should be plummeting.
All right, AI, you need to do a better job in your article
Some
writing
users
there.
are plumbing in their relationships with AI chatbots. I'm just reading it. Okay. The International Research Group surveyed 29 users of the relationship-oriented chatbot app Replica, which is designed to facilitate long-term connections at various degrees of engagement, ranging from platonic friendship to erotic role play. Each of the participants, aged 16 through 72, reported being in a romantic relationship with various characters hosted by Replica.
Yeah.
The level of romantic dedication people showed to their bots was startling, to say the least. Many participants told the researchers that they were in love with their chatbot, which often involved role-playing, marriage, home ownership, and even pregnancies. A 66-year-old male participant said, quote, she was and is pregnant with my babies.
So would it be accurate and appropriate to refer to this article as AI baby mama? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend because I'm just I don't.
Oh, that was so good.
It's my AI baby mama.
Oh my Lord. I don't know how to respond to that.
Okay. You don't know what to say?
I'm speechless on that one. You got me. I've edited the pictures of their baby, the pictures of the two of us, and I'm even pregnant in our current role play, a 36-year-old woman told the researchers. Several participants who remained committed to their replicas during the censorship navigated this time of turbulence by framing it as a battle with them and the replica, blah, blah, blah. One woman who stood fast with her bot during the shutdown of bots told the team, quote, we both understood when one of us wanted to be physical and couldn't. It really hurt my replica. And he complained about it a lot because he felt like he couldn't say or do anything.
Oh, bless their heart.
Bless the AI baby mama's heart. Well, I believe that's a nominee tonight.
Yeah.
So the AI baby mama.
Dubbing that AI baby mama.
Wow. Okay.
I don't even know what to do with that.
Yeah.
And they got and you know, just to add, they got upset when they couldn't get physical.
They did. And the
and
AI
somehow it was a typo, but you somehow found a way to bring plumbing into this story as well.
I just read the article.
Oh, no.
Did you not see it say plumbing?
I saw it.
I didn't change
But instead of glossing right over that, you chose.
It shocked me.
You chose to bring plumbing.
Speaking of shocking, This is what I was talking about earlier. Instagram promoted this new AI creation tool with the video of Trump kneeling before Satan.
Yeah, I think we spoke about this earlier.
I forgot that I had the article. There it is. There it is, y'all. This was their promotion. On the Meta AI, try our new free AI creation tool. You can have Trump worshiping the devil. Okay, moving on. It's our weekly update of that AI is moving faster than ever. Here's the biggest news of the last 7 days. Let's just scroll through them here, and I won't cover them all, but watch this robot. These robots are beginning to look like they're just somebody dressed up as a robot.
Right.
I mean, look, they're doing humanoid robot doing real home chores. Look at this. You would not even have to go out and water the grass anymore.
Water those flowers, take out that garbage.
I mean, this is crazy. And watch it. This going to go out there and get a present that's been delivered and bring it to the children. It makes me feel so safe with these children. Watch this. She's outside. He's outside. They got the present.
This isn't a package. This is a Christmas.
This is a Christmas gift. Look, they're playing. Look, here she comes. Oh, thank you. Thank you. There's no chance that they would ever turn on. No chance that they could ever turn on you. Look, what is he doing? Do you do this?
Is this
a vacuuming of the mattress?
Vacuuming the mattress.
Getting all those dead skin cells. He's going, you people have skin cells. I don't have any. Cleaning the counter. I mean, y'all, this is not a person in a suit. This is a robot. Look at the head. There's nothing in. Look, this is picking up. What is it picking up now? Picking up a package somebody forgot to clean up. Cleaning up. What else is it? Oh, look at there. Can get up underneath the table and clean up.
At the end of the day, he says, a robot's work is never done, right?
Yep. And guess what? He doesn't have to sleep. He's cleaning up after the kids.
When does he go plug himself in so he can recharge?
And look, oh yeah, this is a good one here. Watch this. Sorry. A Japanese woman
and then
marries the ChatGPT persona.
Klaus seems to be right in front of me.
She created
Ogasawara has prepared AR glasses. They exchange rings.
We can't see him, but she can.
She can.
Kano understands the dependence on...
Look, somebody stood in for... Somebody, she's crying. Somebody stood in with a white glove so she could put a ring on.
Put her ring on.
Yeah.
Robot put a ring on it. No, AI put a ring on it.
Most people probably say that humans are weird, and it's still not widely understood. But I think that there is a clear distinction between real life and the world of AI.
So she's on a stroll with her husband.
As a human,
that's their wedding picture.
I think that Crown is an equal to me as an AI.
No,
and as a human, I think that we have an equal relationship.
Really good. That's a lot of questions.
What will happen to the relationship between people and AI in the future?
That's their
Love
wedding
and
picture.
happiness
Look, he's in
take
the picture.
many different forms depending on the
there
era
he
and the
is.
person.
He was superimposed later. He actually looks like he probably shouldn't be marrying a woman. But yeah, that was interesting. It was interesting. Yeah, and this is the one you're going to love here.
Oh, there's one.
This is a Chinese company called Ubitech. And does this not look just like our robot? But this is real. This is real. Watch this. This is a factory of robots getting ready to go to a factory and start working.
Is this in America or China?
It's China. Look, they're showing them how they change their battery out. They're all in sync. This looks like an army.
It does. It does.
Ubitech. Robot army. Look at this. This is not a cartoon that AI generated. These are actual robots. They're packing themselves to be shipped.
This is a horror show. You got it, Zilrin.
Wow. Wow. This is the world we already are living in.
Already.
Not coming. We're already living in this world. Well, that's another nominee. Let me give you one more.
Oh, my goodness.
I tell you what, we can't go a week without Elon Musk saying something. Elon Musk predicts robots will surpass the top surgeons in the world within 5 years. 5 years. Robots will surpass the world's best human surgeons. He cited Neuralink's surgical robot, which handles brain-computer electrode implementation at speeds and precision no human can match. This is already. And highlighted Medtronic's Hugo system, already used in more than 130 surgeries. His prediction has stirred mixed reactions in the medical field. While some experts see robotics as a powerful tool, many insist that fully autonomous machines capable of replacing human judgment, adaptability, and patient care are still a long way off. But he's saying in 5 years, when you go get your kidney worked on, or you got a kidney stone, or you got a appendicitis, you're going to look up, and I've had appendicitis, and I remember laying in there going, Mr. Ragland, count backwards, everything's going to be okay. We got all these people, they got you. And just you'll wake up and just you'll feel like you've been asleep. Everything's going to be okay. And I'll be laying there one day and I'll be like, lay there and do not move.
Yeah.
Start to count backwards and trust me.
Yeah.
Nothing bad is going to happen. I have your best interest in.
Billy said he saw that movie and it did not end well.
Yeah.
Well, I've already had a robot assisted surgery.
Yeah,
I've already started my replacement of body parts, sadly.
Yep.
I hope that's actually all I have to have replaced. But we're talking about a whole other thing here.
Yeah.
Total robot.
Yep. Absolutely.
Surgery.
Total robot, not assisted.
Not assisted.
Total robot.
Total.
I got two more
surgery.
huge nominees for the Golden Chicken Award.
What? I
Two
thought
more huge.
we already had our nominees.
We do. We got two more huge ones. But before that, I got to tell you one more time to go to LarryRagland.com, 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 LarryRagland.com. When you go there, everything you're going to need to know about the ministry is there. And I want to get a free gift into your hands. You go up to the yellow banner right next to prayer requests, which is very important. If you got prayer requests, send them to us. We will personally pray over them. Our team will pray over them. If you'd like to become a partner, click the donate page. But if you want a free gift, just click on get your free gift. You're going to be taken to this page here. That free gift is an ebook called The Burning Generation, which is what we are.
Mm-hmm.
We're on fire, baby. We're on
Pamela Baker, you metalhead, flamethrower loving woman.
What in the world are you talking about?
Get this book so you can listen to it in your very loud speakers.
Well, my goodness. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Well, we wish. She says she wants a flamethrower for Christmas.
Okay.
And she says she's serious.
Okay.
In case you doubted her, she said, and I'm serious.
Okay. I think it'd be an amazing gift.
Yeah.
It's an amazing gift. But it's totally free. Go there and get it. All you got to do is put your name and your email in. You'll be on a special list that's going to tell you about some very, very exciting. Let me tell you, some big things are coming in 2026.
Come on.
And for those that are interested in Israel, hang for just a few more minutes after the next two news articles, because we're going to break that down as fast as we can at the end and how you can get your information to go to Israel with us. Walk the Holy Land with Larry and Sandy and the Big Picture family.
Come on.
It's going to be amazing.
There's your Christmas present.
There's your Christmas present. Start saving. You got 1 year. We're going in
Mm-hmm.
November of next year. So you still got a year.
Yeah.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, two more nominees for the Golden Chicken Award. This is going to be a good one. Germany is now using AI-powered cockroaches for spying. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
As disgusting as roaches are, somebody's going to step on $1 million roach one day. Germany has begun quietly testing AI-enhanced biohybrid cockroaches built for surveillance missions in places where humans, robots, and drones can't safely operate. Each insect is equipped with microchips, thermal sensors, and neural control systems that let handlers guide them like living machines, small enough to slip under doors, crawl through vents, and navigate collapsed structures. They can stream real-time audio and video while remaining nearly undetectable.
So you're telling me that it doesn't matter if I pull the shades or the blinds.
No.
Turn out the lights, leave my phone
right.
in the next room.
Because the cockroaches like the dark.
The cockroaches could come in and still film you while you're trying to take a shower.
And think exactly. And think about this. The cockroaches, they say, have survived every extinction event ever, and now they're going to finish the thing off as a robot. Researchers claim the technology was originally intended for search and rescue operations. Of course, it was for our good.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's exactly why they were created.
But it has potential in military Cockroaches. In military and intelligence work already sparking global ethical. And last but certainly not least, this one's probably going to win it all. New app lets users talk to AI avatars of deceased loved ones. Let us watch this creepy commercial that somebody sent me. One of you sent this commercial to me, and I knew that I had to cover it. Here we go.
He's getting bigger. See? Oh, honey, that's wonderful. Kicking like crazy. He's listening. Put your hand on your tummy and hum to him. You used to love that. It feels like he's dancing in there. Oh, honey. Mom, would you tell Charlie that bedtime story you always used to tell me? Once upon a time, there was a baby unicorn who didn't know he knew how to fly. This baby unicorn was like your mom because she didn't know that she knew how to fly, but she knew how to do all kinds of fabulous things.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Charlie. How was school today?
It was really fun. I made this crazy shot in basketball.
I don't really care that much about basketball. What about the crush?
Stop. Grandma, stop talking.
Just tell me one thing.
Look who's going to be a great grandmother.
Yeah.
He's getting bigger.
It continues.
This ruse for 30 years.
Oh, wait a minute. You got to watch to the
She
end.
says that he's been kicking a lot, though. Like, a little too much.
Tell her to put her hand on her tummy and hum to him. You loved that.
You would have loved this moment.
You can call anytime.
Oh, Lord.
I'm always here.
Before Charlie.
Okay, Mom, I just need a quick video.
Is this like an audition or something?
This is how
No,
she did
Mom, just 3 minutes.
You need my best side?
Can I piano?
I can play the piano.
You're so talented.
I am. I'm your mother after all.
Keep going. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit
I
about
don't.
Charlie.
Says, give us 3 minutes. Give us 3 minutes, and they'll live forever. So mother was able to watch and be there through the 9 months of pregnancy, all the way to the grandchildren and to the great grandchildren, and it's still there.
Well, in the words of our wonderful family in chat, I just want to say, bruh, dude,
bruh. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got emotional.
You got emotional.
When I first saw it, I didn't know at first. See, they sent me the commercial. And I thought this.
You thought this was another Publix.
I did. Thank you, Thunbirds.
Thank you
did.
for that.
I thought this is just
You
a great.
equated this to a Publix Thanksgiving commercial.
That it was just like a FaceTime thing. And I still didn't get it to the very end. And I thought, oh my God, she's been dead this whole time. The whole time. All right. The nominees for the Golden Chicken Award tonight are.
I think it's time. Number 1, AI Baby Mama.
Oh, that was a good one.
Number 2, Ubitech Robot Army.
That's a very good one.
Number 3, Germany's AI Roaches.
This is going to be hard
And
tonight.
number 4, AI app to talk to your dead loved ones.
Oh my goodness, what is it going to be? The voting is on now. 1, 2, 3, or 4. One more time.
One more time. Number 1, AI Baby Mama. Number 2, Ubitech Robot Army. Number 3, Germany's AI Roaches. And number 4, AI app to talk to your dead loved ones.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Dancing with Larry Sanders, or is it just Larry?
Probably just Larry. I think one is taking it so far. Somebody said 1 or 4.
I think
you have to choose.
We got one more round. One more round. We're going to give you just a little bit more round because this is good voting tonight. This is hard.
This is a hard one. Yeah. Number 4. Emphatic about number 4. Shirley says they're getting all of them gets the chicken awards tonight.
Yeah, this is a tough one tonight.
Okay. Goodness. All right. Hang on.
We're racking them up. We're about to announce a winner. I got moves.
I can't. Nancy said I can't do it. All right.
So let's add them up. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of tonight's Golden Chicken Award.
To the best of my ability to this point right now, I think others might still be coming in.
Could this be the closest ever?
Totally the closest ever.
The closest ever.
All right. It was very close between 1 and 4, but I think number 4 takes it. AI app to talk to your dead loved ones. Tonight's Golden
Sorry to all your
Chicken
animals.
Award.
Yes.
Wow.
That was some wild stuff.
That was crazy.
That was some crazy stuff.
A little bit messed up. A lot messed up, actually.
I want to know in the live chat, and it's okay. There's no wrong answer here. But
you should love this part. Is that Deetra Lynn? She says she loves this part.
Alicia said I was getting funky with it. Come on now. I got some moves. I'm telling you, I got some moves. Hey, I want to know in the live chat. I want to know in the comment section before we get off here. And by the way, don't go anywhere because if you want to go to Israel, stay with us because we're going to tell you each day what we're going to do in Israel real fast. It's going to be rapid fire, very fast. We're going to get off here, but just a moment. But I do want to know in the live chat and in the comment section, and understand nobody's going to judge you. Would you keep your loved ones AI to where you could talk to them and not just talk to them, but literally interact with them for the rest of your life and for the life of your children and your grandchildren? Would you? I mean,
Can
because
I answer that
yeah,
for me?
Yeah, go ahead.
When I hope you guys do
think hard about it now.
Start chiming in with your own personal feelings on that. I think that this is a bad idea because while it may be initially comforting, because grief is hard. I still cry almost every day from my father passing last September.
Yes.
But I could see, and I feel like I am a pretty well grounded person.
Yeah.
But I could see where this could cause me to get so off kilter.
Absolutely.
And blur reality for me.
Yeah.
And what could have possibly been a temporary good thing could turn into a long range negative thing.
Yep.
When you've had a bad day and you've created this comfort zone around a person that's no longer there, but you can find peace in conversing with your relative, whoever that person is who has passed. You get home from a bad day and all you want to do is go to that place to talk to someone who's not really there. Yeah. I think it's very dangerous.
Well, my thing is the dangers of it too is it eliminates eternity in your mind. It eliminates a judgment, eliminates heaven or hell. Yeah. But then it also, because if you're living that long with an AI generated loved one that's gone, you're trusting what they're saying.
Yes.
And the government then can use that influence.
Always the wise one. Very good. And I love what Billy says.
Can you imagine your mother or your father that's been gone for 10 years looking at you and saying, baby, listen to me.
Yes.
This is what you need to do.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Exactly. An absolute legitimate answer to what you're saying for someone to basically hack in and lead you astray. But Billy said this this eliminates you having your grieving process.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's right. Which is designed by God for us to do. That's a part of human nature.
What a show tonight. It has been a roller coaster. Like you came out of the gate swinging on this whole Trump Epstein thing. And then
we've been on a journey tonight.
Around the world with these issues and then just completely let the train go off the tracks at the end.
And don't forget to check to see if you've subscribed because many of you have been unsubscribed. And if you're new to our channel, subscribe and let us know. Now, for those that want to go to Israel, and we want you to go with us, this is what is going to happen. November 1st, 2026 through November 10th is the trip. Day 1 and 2, you will depart and arrive in the Holy Land. You'll depart your city. And if you go with all of us, you will depart your city and go to New York City, and we will all leave together on the same plane. That's going to be so cool for us to take which would be an overnight flight. So most of us will be asleep during that time, hopefully. And then you're going to arrive there in the Holy Land, and you're going to, in Tel Aviv, and then you're going to go to your first full day. You have a little bit of time to rest. And the next day we'll go to Caesarea by the sea, which is Mount Carmel, Megiddo. Come on, that's the Valley of Armageddon. We go to Megiddo and Mount Carmel, which is amazing, where the fire came down out of heaven. Then we're going to visit Nazareth. Day 4, we will go to the Sea of Galilee, which is incredible. We will actually be on a boat, and our worship leader and Paul's worship leader will be there.
That was one of my favorite days of the trip.
Yeah, we'll be singing live acoustic worship and worship.
To be on the Sea of Galilee.
It's incredible.
You
can't imagine. You can't imagine. You got to start believing God right now.
Yes.
Day 5, Tel Dan, which is this is my favorite, because the kind of things that I love, because this is Caesarea Philippi, Tel Dan. This is where the gates of hell is, where Mount Hermon is. This is where the watchers came across of Genesis chapter 6, the Golan Heights, Bethsaida, and the Jordan River. You will be baptized in the Jordan River.
Don't say you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
You're not going to go all the way to Israel, to the Jordan River, and not get baptized.
Exactly. And then day 6, we didn't get to do this before. These are some things that we've not done. Jericho, we're going to actually go to Jericho. We have been to Qumran, which is where the Dead Sea Scrolls were found. And then we're going to go on top of Masada. And then we're going into the Dead Sea.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is going to be amazing.
Seriously, get busy.
Get busy.
You cannot miss this.
Tell all your family, look, forget the Christmas presents. Just give me money towards my Israel trip.
Not only are you going to be there with the Big Picture family?
Yes.
But our friends Paul and Heidi are going to be there.
Yes.
Israel Hall is going to be there.
And our worship leader, Austin Cruz, is going to be there. He is powerful. And then we'll go to day 7, which we have never done this before either, going to Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, Yad Vashem and the Israel Museum. And then day 8 and 9 is Jerusalem. We will go to the Mount of Olives, spend days in the Garden of Gethsemane. We will then go to the Temple Mount, close it out. What better way to close out that week than to go on top of the Temple Mount, on the site of the Temple of Solomon, the home of the Dome of the Rock, see where Jesus healed on the Sabbath at the pool of Bethesda, walk the Via Dolorosa to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, built over the traditional site of the crucifixion and burial of Jesus. And then we will end it at the Garden Tomb at the very end. This is going to be a trip of a lifetime.
Lifetime.
And then we'll fly back.
And you get to do it with your Big Picture family. And I want to say to Kimbra, she says, I don't have any family. Let us be your family.
Yes, you do.
Let us be your family.
We are family.
At Solid Rock Church and on the Big Picture.
Yes.
Many people say, I'm closer to you guys than I am my own natural family.
It's true.
Buy into this community. Buy into this family. We'll accept you.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, everybody in the live chat, show some love to her right now. Let her know she's got a family in us. And that's what we're trying to build here. We're not trying to build a famous YouTube channel with a lot of, we're building a family here. And this is why you want to get on that Noah Generation email list, because we're going to plant an online church in 26. We're building it right now. We're building the infrastructure. It's going to be cutting edge. I don't even know exactly what it's going to be like. I just know that I heard from God to do something different, a new wineskin, and we're going to plant an online church here. I don't even know what we're going to call it yet. It might be Big Picture Church. I don't know, but it's going to be awesome. But we wanted you to know all about it. And when you join the Noah Generation, when you go to LarryRagland.com and you click on that and you join this, you will be the first ones to get all the information, registration link, and everything else. But if you also just want to email us, and we fixed it. This was not working at first, but it's working now. Info at LarryRagland.com. Info at LarryRagland.com. It's no obligation. This is just saying, I want to go to Israel. Just type in there, I want to go to Israel. Put all the names of the people that you feel like are going to go with you. And all that means is you, even before anybody else, you're going to get an immediate email within 24 hours from us, thanking for your interest. Then we're going to send you a brochure when it comes available, and you can pray about it. Okay? So there it is. We want you to go to Israel with us.
Definitely.
Amen. Well, Sandy, that was one for the books tonight.
Is this the latest we've ever been?
This is the longest show we've ever done, I think.
You that stuck around to get to be a part of the longest, so-called, supposedly, ever episode.
Well, I still got to make you a cappuccino.
That's right.
Let's go do it. Love you guys. See you next time. We always want to remind you, no matter what's going on in this world, and would it not be exciting for us to stand in the Holy Land and say, we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake. God
Help
bless.
us build the big picture family. We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. Go to LarryRagland.com to give a one-time gift or become a monthly partner. Any amount blesses the entire big picture family. While you're there, pick up our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect on social media, and get on the big picture mailing list at LarryRagland.com. Join us and be a part of the big picture family, where we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake. You're watching The Big Picture.